Wow, what's happening? Yes, sir. We back, baby. Season 2. We're back. Let's talk with Stanley Doucette is rolling. Actually, the train haven't stopped, but we rolling, baby. We rolling. Listen, today I have an absolutely incredible show. It's going to be brief. It's going to be brief. When I say it is something of power, it is definitely something of power. Also, get this, guys. Last season I learned so much and all of those good things. But this season, I'm actually going to also start recording from a video standpoint, not just the audio, but also putting the video up on my YouTube channel, what obviously is called Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. It's simple. I'm so excited about it. This semester, I just didn't say semesters, feel like I'm back in school. But this season for Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette, we are literally going to be recording video as well as audio. We're going to have some amazing, incredible talent that's going to be coming on. I'm grabbing friends from all over the world. We're going to continue to empower, to inspire, to lift up, to talk business, to talk relationships, to talk about everything that you can imagine. I'm even working on some things that will be controversial in terms of why you having certain people on your show. So I'm doing all of that and then some. But guess what, guys? I don't want us to focus on that. What I want us to focus in on today is you and also our show. I certainly appreciate all of the incredible numbers that we had on last season. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for sharing our message. Thank you guys for following us, subscribing, even supporting us. I truly, truly appreciate it. Listen, this is not always the easiest of things, but we make it happen regardless. Some days it is a lot easier than others. But listen, you guys know how we do it. We go into the commercial mode, as I like to say, right? We want to share all of the commercials and all of the sites that we're located on and where you can get the podcast. Also, coming this season, you'll be able to also take a look at our YouTube channel and see my crazy self in video and all of the crazy looks that I have on some of the podcasts. So yes, we're going to have that as well. So do me a favor, if you guys will write this down, this is my email address. It's my email address. It's let's talk with stanleyd@gmail.com. But let me spell it out to you. It's LETSTALKWITHSTANLEY, as in David, at gmail.com. Now, that's a long email title, but I couldn't shorten it. So you guys understand why I spell it out. So I wanted to make sure that you have that. Listen, send me your recommendations, send me your thoughts, send me some of your inspiration. Just send me a message. I'm going to respond to you. I love to respond. I love to talk. We're going to make some things happen. And remember, I'm not just looking to connect with celebrities. I want to connect with everyday individuals because those are the individuals that are doing some amazing things, right? And most people don't even know anything about it. If you look at what happened in season 1, that was powerful. You can, as a matter of fact, go to our website. Let's talk with StanleyDoucette.com. LETSTALKWITHSTANLEY, D as in David, OUCETTE. Let's talk with StanleyDoucette.com. Go there. You can catch up on all of season 1. The numbers were amazing. To all of my people in France, to all of my people in Germany that listen, Belgium, all of you guys have been absolutely amazingly supportive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Of course, right here in America, you guys have been doing some powerful things as well. We right now on One Voice Radio. We're in 170 plus countries around the world. Guys, we're having an amazing, amazing time. If you want to be a guest, shoot me an email. I gave you the email address. Let me give it to you again. Let's talk with StanleyD@gmail.com. LETSTALKWITHSTANLEY, D as in David, at gmail.com. Now, We're also on all of the platforms from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to LinkedIn. And then also I'm going to start releasing some of these videos to our YouTube channel. And I'm going to put some bonus videos on the YouTube channels. It may be some thoughts, it may be some quick hitters, whether it's about business, whether it's about just inspiration, whether it's about uplifting, whether it's about healing, whatever it may be, we're going to put some bonus bonus videos there as well. So again, spread the message, share it with everybody. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow us and all of that good stuff. We're going to have some great things coming. Also, I am going to, not today, but I'm going to share with you something that have came into my life that has truly been a blessing from a business standpoint and has been absolutely amazing. I mean, when I say amazing, it is absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, in the last 30 days, from October the 1st to October the 31st, because I'm airing this on November 1, 2021, all I could do is say my business that have been blessed to come into my life has been astronomical. I mean, the numbers have literally been off the chart. When I can tell you I'm smiling from ear to ear and grinning from grin, I am absolutely smiling about that. So I'm not going to get into that today, but best believe, I think it's next week, I'm going to be talking about what's going on in the platform that I'm in. It is going to blow you away. So with that being said, now we had all of the commercials. Go to my page, let's talk with StanleyDoucette.com. Go to the bottom, support me. Listen, this is not easy and it's not cheap. It's not cheap, but go ahead and support me and let's go from there. So all of that being said, I want to talk about the topic today. And it is something that a lot of people may or may not understand, but I want to give it just a few points to help everybody understand what it is. Now, the title for today, hold on to your seat, blow your horn, is The Power of Pain. I'm going to say that again. The topic for today is the power of pain. Now, that may sound to some people that's just crazy. Like listen, so many people around the world, not just the planet, not just America, not just Canada, not just North America, but around the world are having some level of pain, whether it's mental pain, physical pain, psychological pain, emotional pain, crazy pain, just any kind of pain. People are literally suffering or having some level of pain. But I wanted to give it to you from a positive perspective, not the negative side. You know, we can go down pain and give all of these negative thoughts and share these negative pieces with everybody, but that's not where we are. We are not in the negative space. Matter of fact, when you come to Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette, we are not in the negative space. We are always lifting and bringing people higher. Now, this particular podcast on the power of pain is going to be one that I believe that will help a lot of people cope, understand, or look at it from a different perspective. All right. So I'm just going to give you a quick 4 points. That's it. Not going to give you 10. It's not going to be long. It's not going to be crazy. It's not going to be laborious. It's not going to be any of those things. But I want to give it very, very quick and simple so you guys can really take it in, digest it, and begin to help, whether it's yourself, whether it's your neighbor, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, somebody that lives across the world, whoever it may be. I just want to share this with you. And then we'll continue to move forward. Because remember, season 2 is going to be hotter than season 1. So this is something I thought would get your attention, but then also help you. So if you have something that you can take notes with, please do. If you're listening to this at a later date, take your time, review it, go through it, and make sure you understand it. If you're driving, do not take notes or try to write it down. Just go back to the site, Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com, play it over, and then you'll be able to take notes when you're not driving. Now, what you can do if you're driving, blow your horn real quick for me. Bop, bop, yep, blow your horn. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's get into it, right? So number one, we talk about the power of pain. Number one, pain is your guide. Pain is your guide. See, a lot of times when we talk about pain is your guide, it's going to guide you to places where you don't have to be, right? Let me just share this. This is a simple analogy, if you will. Think about this. Most people now have some level of a GPS, whether it's on their phone to help them go in different directions or what have you, right? So on your phone, when you have your GPS, you dial up the GPS and you're saying, let's go to, whatever place. Let's go to, if you're in New Orleans, you're going to the Superdome for the Saints game. If you're in Atlanta, you're going to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Falcons game. If you're in Dallas, you're going to AT&T Stadium for the football game. If you're in Alabama, if you're a Crimson Tide fan, you're going to Denny Stadium. I think it's Denny Stadium, but you're going there for the Alabama game. If you're at UCLA, you're going to the Rose Bowl. So I can give you all of those things, right? So if you're putting those into the actual GPS, you're putting the address in. And when you put the address in, it'll start and it'll say, hey, go this direction, turn here, 1,000 feet, turn right, 10,000 feet, turn left, right? Whatever it may be. So you're driving down the street. Now, when you're going in the right direction, you never hear from the GPS until it's time to turn. Now, as soon as you make a wrong turn, or if you just want to get off to get gas or something to that effect, all of a sudden the GPS starts blowing up. 1,000 feet, make a U-turn. 2 blocks, make a left. Hurry up. I mean, it just starts blowing up. Why? Because you're going in the wrong direction. That's it. You're going in the wrong direction. I couple that with pain in terms of your guide. So a lot of times when we have pain, it's something that we may be going in the wrong direction. So if you have some pain and you're doing something or not doing something and it's causing pain, you may want to relook at that and to make sure you're going in the right direction. All right. We want to make sure that you're going in the right direction. Now, some people may say, you know what, Stanley? No pain, no joy. That's this number 2. I got it as no pain, no joy. And a lot of times we will couple this and talking about the grapes, and you want to create wine. So you got to crush the grapes and all of that good stuff. And we come up with these beautiful analogies. But let me share this with you guys. If you don't see the side of pain, you will never understand joy. Let me say that again. If you never see the side of pain, you will never understand joy. Why? Because pain will allow you to appreciate when you have joy. When you don't have pain, you just happy. Give you another example. Anybody ever had a toothache? Anybody ever had? Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. I know you washing dishes. Just raise your hand. Okay, thank you. So if you have a toothache, right? You stop thinking about all kind of stuff. You ain't thinking about business. You're not thinking about your husband, your wife, your anybody in between. Only thing you're thinking about is how can I get this tooth to stop aching, right? That's that pain. That's the pain. On the other side, as soon as you go to the dentist or as soon as it stops or whatever it may be, you feel that joy. Like, whoo, thank you. I don't have that pain because it's joyous. You don't have the pain. Remember, pain is still a guide and it'll bring you to some places. But remember also, it would also allow you to appreciate the joy, right? So you want to appreciate the joy. Now, here's another one. This is number 3. Or as some people say, this is number 3. Or number 3. Or however people want to say it. But it's number 3. All right. So number 3 is avoid pain can lead to more suffering. So when you're avoiding pain, it can lead to more suffering. Okay, what do I mean by this? Now, this is not going to be a pleasant comment when I say this. All right. So let me say it this way. I am real direct. So when you talk about avoiding pain can lead to other suffering, here's what we mean. If you want to work out, listen, when you first start working out, you don't want to have no parts of that pain. I mean, if you're trying to first, you're just getting back into shape, or you're just trying to get back into shape, or you're trying to stretch for the first time in 5 years, 10 years, you're trying to loosen your muscles back up. Boy, you're trying to avoid that pain like none other, right? I mean, you literally trying to avoid that pain. I don't want no parts of that pain, because stretching hurts, especially if you haven't did it in 5 years. All of my athletes out there, we used to stretch every day, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day, feel like. And then all of a sudden you will go into this lull once you graduate or stop playing sports. And then, you'd be like, okay, I need to get back in shape. And then you think you're going to just start stretching again. And you're like, whoa, what is this? I don't like this. So you start avoiding pain. Now, what happens is some people avoid that pain and just try to start running, or just try to start walking. And then next thing you know, you pull a hammy, you pull a hamstring, or you pull a muscle, or you strain a muscle, or you hurt a knee, or whatever it may be, or you hurt your arm, whatever that situation is. Now you have more suffering, because now a hamstring can, in the best case, can be 3 weeks out. You got to just rest for 3 weeks, right? You sprain something, you may be a week out, 2 weeks out, depending on how deep that strain is. So remember, you avoiding stretching, or you avoiding that beginning part of getting back into shape because you don't like that pain. But as soon as you went out, you went right back into something that's even worse than starting to stretch. I'm telling you guys, this is amazing. How does that relate to us in the mindset? How does that relate to us individual? When you start avoiding growth, right? When you start avoiding trying to be better, and you just constantly keep that same attitude, or that same negativity, or the same way we do things, and you wind up, you realize people are starting to leave you behind. And then you go into, some people, not you, because I know sometimes it's not you, but some people then go into, you know what, this doesn't work, or I don't like this, or education is crazy. But you don't want to put in the work because you're avoiding studying. You're avoiding reading. You're avoiding talking to your mentor. You're avoiding those things because you want to stay stuck in your negative ways, or in your lopsided ways, or in ways that's actually have passed us by. Because if you have to grow into a certain position, it's going to cause some level of pain, but you want to avoid that particular space and just go straight into your greatness. But guess what? My mentor, he always shares this with people, and he says this: every vision will be tested for its authenticity. And guess what, guys? When you're growing, you're going to do things and understand things once you start growing that you didn't know before. And sometimes that may cause you to be uncomfortable. And a lot of times with this pain and uncomfortable and all of those things, we don't want to go through that. But we must, in order to not go into other suffering. Does that make sense to everybody? I hope you guys understand. And then the last one, write this down. I'm about to ding, ding, ding. Y'all remember that from last year, about to drop a nugget on y'all. This one is powerful. Ding, 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 ding. This is powerful. Listen to this. Pain hurts, and in some cases, a lot. But numbness would be let me go back. Let me make sure I want to read this properly, because I want y'all to get it. Let me say this. Okay. Pain hurts. This is number 4, by the way. Pain hurts, and in some cases a lot, but numbness by far would be the worst thing ever. Let me say that again, because this is powerful. Pain hurts, and in some cases a lot, but numbness by far would be the worst thing ever. Yes, sir. That is one of the most powerful things I have thought about, talked about in and of itself. Why do I say this? Man, this is deep. So I remember once upon a time, as I like to say, in my yesteryear, when I was a police officer, right? a lot of times you will go to different incidents. And in some cases, you will go to a murder, you will go to a horrific crime scene, some terrible things that have happened, whether it was something dealing with a child or an adult or a young teenager, whatever it may be. And initially, when we first started on the police department, I was like, man, this hurt. And you would go home and you would hurt. And you'd be like, I can't believe what I just saw. I can't believe this. I mean, it was some gruesome scenes, right? It was some just terrible things. Here's the thing, though. I got to a point where I literally shut off my feelings and became numb. Yes, I became numb. At that point, it was no longer someone's child. It was no longer someone's mother or father. It was no longer someone's nephew or niece. It was just my job, and I kept going forward. I was so numb to when I eventually left the police department, it took me years to literally get out of that state because I didn't even know I was numb. I had shut all feelings down. I had shut everything down emotionally because I was coping with what I had to do to continue to move forward. Now, I didn't know it was eating at me. I had no idea that I was numb, but it helped me to move forward. But let me share this with you guys. Pain, again, was that guide, and it was trying to share with me that, it's going to be some painful moments, but don't avoid this because it will lead to more suffering. And what happened was I shut the pain off to become numb, and I was suffering inside. I had anger issues. I was mad all the time. At the drop of a dime, something would snap on and just go off for no reason. And I had no idea of what was the reasons. Now, I'm sharing that with you because somebody and someone around the world is suffering because of numbness. They have shut themselves off because of something that may have happened when they were younger, whether it was being raped and they haven't told anyone, whether it was something horrific that they still haven't gotten over, whether it was someone that have passed away, died, and they still have not been able to process that, and they have became numb. Regardless of what that situation is, we are speaking to you and saying, don't become numb. We understand the pain hurts, but talk to somebody. Get with I'll call it a sponsor for lack of a word, or someone that can understand and receive your pain so you can continue to process it in such a wonderful way so you don't go into a negative side. See, there are people that you can have for support. You can have the best of attitudes, but sometimes you need someone in your life that can literally hold your weight. Now, I'm not talking about a physical weight, but I'm talking about your emotions, your intentions, and everything in between, your greatness, and allow them to hold you up until you're healed, until you're better, until you're out of that state. See, the power of pain is more than just, oh, I'm in pain and going about our business. It's more than just seeing it from a negative side. So when we talk about these four, we talk about pain as a guide. No pain, no joy. Avoiding pain can lead to more suffering. And number four is pain hurts. And in some cases, a lot, but numbness would be far more worse than ever, than anything ever. So we want to make sure we keep that into our sphere. Now, this is just the beginning of season 2. I'm telling you, it is just the beginning. But boy, when I tell you we got some things on the plate for you guys this season, it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. Businessmen and women, relationship coaches, and everything in between. We're just going to talk to some people because I believe people, ordinary people doing extraordinary things is really the key. We're going to keep it uplifted. We're going to continue to pour into you. We're going to continue to love on you, but we want to make sure you have every single thing you need. And then I think it's next week, I'm going to share with you It's going to be very brief because it's very simple. One of the most powerful business opportunities that have dropped into my lap. And not only has it dropped into my lap, but it's also been an extraordinary blessing for some of my friends as well. Listen, this is not something that you have to do or want to do, but I'm sharing with you something that truly has changed the game. And I look so very forward to seeing you guys. Listen, don't forget, go to Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com. Visit all of season one. Send me an email to Let's Talk with StanleyD@gmail.com. Let me give you those sites again. I want to spell it out to you because I want to hear from you. Last semester, we didn't hear from too many people. This, I keep saying semester. Well, last season, we didn't hear from too many people. But this season, season 2, I want to hear from a lot of people. So let me give it to you again. Let's LETSTalkwithStanley as in David @gmail.com. Let's talk with Stanley D @gmail.com. Get at your boy. Come on through. If you want to be a guest, hit me up. Let's talk about it. We gonna roll, baby. We rolling. So listen, with that being said, we're about to get on out of here and take it on back to the streets, baby. I know y'all love my intro and extra music, but we taking it back to the street. So let's go. With that being said, y'all know how we end it. Wow, we out here. Y'all have a great week. Peace.